Hello, this is my first ever video screencast and I don't have a clue what I'm doing, so please be gentle with me. We're looking at Project Sam's Lumina today, which is the third in their Symphobia series. The brief bit of history here, I got Symphobia 1, there it is, and I got that about 3 or 4 years ago to score a kids series here, a BBC kids series here in the UK. And it just made it possible, really, doing that you've got all these instrument sections that worked in terms of strings, you know, rather than violins and stuff. So it's pretty broad. But then even more than that, you have these multis, these outrageous multis, which layer all these sections up. And I've got a few of them here and my template here that I always just keep in, that if you play gently at the top, you have this lovely soft strings, and you play in the middle, the woodwinds come in, start playing a bit harder, feel the brass coming in, and the bottom, timps are coming in and everything. And they're kind of layered on top of each other, and they're very cohesive, and they're brilliant to play. You know, it's just as a fun. So you hold that one, you've got the great trems that come up as well, or you can just play short. And if you're working on 10 minutes a day, 8 minutes a day, whatever, scoring, it's just great to have something where you can rip through, you can build a body of something very quickly and then add your legato instruments or whatever over the top, add some detail in there. If you just need to make a big sound quickly, it's tremendous. And there's more cartoony fun stuff as well. I love this. Just terrific. Symphobia 2, I kind of passed on because one of the reasons was that the multis, they were more fragmented. You have your keyboard here. In Symphobia 2, you might have one instrument here, another here, another here, another here, another here, and you'd need 5 arms. And I haven't got the 5 arms. I'm working on it, but until then, I'm just stuck with these 2, and I just couldn't really play them. And so I wasn't so big on that. Enough history. Here's Lumina, which, as many of you will probably know, is focusing slightly different areas to the first 2, which were a lot of big action and horror and all that kind of stuff. And this is Lumina. Is it Greek? Is it light? Something like that. It's the lighter side. As we'll see, it's not all light. It's not all sweetness and light. It's got an edge to it as well. But this is very different. And it doesn't have the multis at all. If you look at Symphobia 1, you've got the instruments and multis. Here's 3. There's the 3. You see, it's a kind of tree thing. Cute. Number 3, they have stories rather than multis. And the entire thing gets loaded up in one patch here. Which is terrific, really, because the pain with multis is that if you start loading 2 or 3 multis in one instance of Contact, it gets very confusing with MIDI channels. I don't know if there's a bug with Contact, but I always have to then go and reset all the first ones I put in when I put in a second one. It's a pain. And this makes life very easy. And so this is actually slightly atypical, this one, Majestic, that I've loaded up. That, in fact, is not Majestic at all. Here we go. Think of Lumina as being all choirs and woodwinds, but there's this big brass in there, and as well as just that's if you get some good clues here. Look, press softly crescendo diminuendo, which is what I'm doing there. And there's a natural swell, which I can't hear there. I don't think I'm playing softly enough. There we go. That's a natural swell. But on top of that, if you play a bit harder and you don't get that crescendo diminuendo, but you've got the mod wheel, and I apologise for, I don't know why this should be moving. I'm moving the mod wheel and I can't see it. I don't know why. So sorry about that, but I am now moving the mod wheel. And you hear, it makes it very playable. Also, the releases are really nice on this as well. Up the top here, you're getting those choirs coming in. It's a bit counterintuitive. I was actually playing harder there, and it's a slightly softer sound. Majestic's a pretty good name, I think. And this is one of those patches that's much more like Symphobia 1. It's much more playable, I think, than what we had in Symphobia 2. And now I'll put them right in my template with the other ones because that's just great. So let's quickly whiz through and explore some of the features that are on here. You can't see me loading that, can you? Oh, it's gone completely. There we go, we're back. Yeah, this is a bit strange, this one. I like it, especially at the top end here. You have the swords from the first Symphobia, which is nice. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? I don't want it to be creepy. In the right hand I'm playing those swords, and then left you have these beautiful, they're layering all sorts of things there. There's the Celesta without the attack, I think. Chimes and belltree and the harp all going, and that's really nice. I'm not quite sure what to do with that in the double bass, but I'll ignore that because you've got the rest of the keyboard to play with. And you see all these controls here, so you can, if you just want the harp, get rid of all the rest of it. That's this Celtic harp. And then shove the chimes in. If they're a bit too heavy for you, you can just take them down. And this is where it's much more versatile and easy to use than the old multis. You can delve further in here in the elements, where you can also then do the EQ as well, which is quite nice. Let's just see if we can brighten that harp up a little, just because we can. Yeah, you hear that? That's pretty extreme, obviously. And you can, if the reverb's a bit much for you there, take that down. Oh, I've cut it all. Done it the wrong way around. Aegis. There we go. And that's, you'll see this thing in the middle here. This is pretty cool. This is all using close mics at the moment, and as I pull this, we're on stage mics now. And you can sort of morph between the two, or you can manually, if you just want the close, let's just go on the harp a moment. That's the close. That's the, is that stand for ambient, I think. And then it says you're only supposed to use this not on its own, the wide. Get a bit of extra width in there. But most of the time I'd be doing that, really. Going anywhere between that. That's really cool, I think. Yeah, so you see that's really versatile, and that's another nice patch. That, where do we get to? New Seol. This is a bit of an odd one. Fine, and then listen. I'm not doing anything. It's just doing it all on its own. It's kind of lovely, really. But Hey, I could be Dave Porter without the talent. It's nice. They get a little bit out of control there, though. So, okay, so let's take down that reversed harp stuff, which I think that's what that is, because that's just coming in a bit heavy for my liking. It's nice, but... Okay, but there's lots of other things I can see that I'm not hearing, and chances are... the chimes and the bell trees coming in on the mod wheel there that I'm moving up. And up the top here. What do we got up here? Oh, where half that stuff is. Ah, there we are, we're down here. You just can have fun for hours. It's quite a specific one, that, but it is nice. And again, you see all these things. It's got key switches for them, which are way up the top here. So it's got mute there. You can mute things with or without the key switches. So that's a nice, easy way to automate the whole process. My mic is drooping. Get on. Right. Round table. Gee, this has been going on for 12 minutes already. I'm sorry, this is going to take forever. Look, I'm 4 patches in. I've not done a very good job at showing you. We've got stories, we've got textures, playable instruments. They've got some great loads to get through. Right, round table. Now this is fun. So in the left here, down in the red zone, we have these chords, which are all major chords. I'm playing moderately loud, but then if I play quietly, there we go, finally, minor. This keyboard is rubbish. No audio key station. So quietly you get these minor chords. Lovely, if slightly loud, oboe. That's it. Get there in the end. And the clarinet up there as well. The thing is, it's a bit hit and miss, especially with this keyboard, that you'd think you're hitting a major and actually you're hitting a minor. But that's still quite nice. Right up the top here. Yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And most of these are kind of a good balance. You can play them. It's not as fragmented as Symphobia 2, which I very much like. What am I loading now? You can't see what I'm loading. Sorry about that. Shimmering. I'll try and move that so you can see. What's this? Nothing. Huh. Yeah, this is a bit more of one of those ones that are stacked. So you've got this low stuff here. Then you've got these textures here. Ah, here comes the choir. along with the alto flute, is it? Yeah. Percussion up there. Yeah, it's a bit Larry for me, but nice enough. The choir. Right, there you go. Now you can see it loading. So see it doing its thing. I'm playing loud and quiet and just hearing what's going on. I think it's a bit more effective when you're playing more gently like that. You have this when you whack it hard. Those bells. Choir up there. What am I doing? No idea. That's, yeah, you get sort of the idea there of me just ham-fistedly hacking around the keyboard. The vision. Hello. So that amazing harmony, that's all built in. That's just one note there. Immersive choir harmonies on left with mod wheel DXF. Come on, it's pretty darn good, isn't it? So you get the sense here, really you get the sense of what they were really driving for, I think, which is this, you just get images on the screen and start playing. And if that stays into the final version, that's great. Some really, really nice stuff in these stories. Witch's Cottage. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good, does it? I think it's trouble at mill. Do you see what's saying? Not being all sweetness and light. We've moved into the... No, we haven't. This is still fantasy. It sounds like mystery to me. Loving them, eh? That's lost, isn't it? That's totally lost. Get out of there quick! It's all gonna kick off! Oh, we've got some of that as well. It's a lot going on in there, and you could... I think you can't really be doing with all of it in one hit, to be honest. You'd focus on some of the more textures, atonal stuff, or... I don't know. How's it fun, though? Freaky Fair. Now, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one, because this... Okay, we've got a piano and double bass. Some low winds of some kind in there. What was that? That's because you play quietly, you get the Celesta. Play loudly and you get the... What do you make of that then, eh? It's just a bit weird. I'm not sure I kind of like instruments that are that different on a velocity hair trigger. Just playing quietly, quietly, louder, louder, louder. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure Freaky Fair is for me. I like some of the ambition, but that's just a bit too tricksy. And I have found some of the stories are like this. There's, I'd say, a good half or more are incredibly usable. But there's just a handful where you just go, I don't know what to do with that. Hold your breath. I am holding my breath. Oh, you still can't see the loading thing. Sorry. So I've got 4 screens here and you're only seeing one of them. Now I'm on the mod wheel here. Oh, all's going well. But then there's this, ooh, is it going well? Oh, what's going on there? More textures up the top here. So we are kind of going into sort of horror territory here. It's good stuff, doesn't it? It's down the bottom. That's just the Symphobia sound, you know, I love, isn't it? How to score a movie very quickly. Still in mystery, into darkness. Ooh. That's very playable. Right, okay, easy on the mobile. It's coming in a bit harsh. Come on. Now this one, I remember this one. Smoking Gun. I love Smoking Gun. It's again, it's a slightly different. We've got that at the bottom. You go, all right. There's enormous reverb on that, but the stuff at the top's really cool. Hold on, what have we got? Yips. One of them. Again, no. You can sort of see it, the Smoking Gun thing. Fab. Trail through the woods. This piano harp and vibes combo we're hearing in here, I really like it. All that up there. Is there any strings that comes in anywhere? Oh, I keep forgetting about the mobile, yeah. You hear how much variety there is just on one patch, depending on how you play it. I'm just easing the mod wheel in here. I need a new keyboard. Mr. Evil. Yes. So we're on the... It's dark, but it's fun and dark, isn't it? Yikes! Haha! Here's the thing: if you're working in animation or anything like that, there is some great stuff. There really is. And I hadn't heard much of this cartoon stuff, and I was worried it was just going to be a bit too similar to Symphobia 1, but no, there is some already. This is a little like those. Ooh. Oh yeah. If you play it quiet. Play it a little harder, you get a little grace note. If you play it really hard, you get one of them. Again, we're on the closer sounds on a lot of these cartoony ones, but if you want it stagey, so I probably would a lot of the time. A bit more definition. It's cool that. Some of that up the top. Fun trolling. We all know about that at VI Control. Here we are. What fun. Right, I'm going to stop there. That's half an hour, and I've just scratched the surface of the stories. But I'm liking that an awful lot more myself than Symphobia 2 in terms of usability when scoring the picture. I think this really is a library for those that do that. It might not be so much for the trailer set, but if you're a working composer doing scoring for picture, you've seen just how diverse fantasy, mystery, cartoon. That's a pretty broad range there. It's not just that was me being an angelic choir, in case you didn't know. So there's a lot going on. Lovely. And there's loads more to see in the next videos.